Hi all, this is Samana with Wellness 360, and I'm one of the physical therapists and a yoga instructor, and I'm going to make this video to just show a nice little practice to celebrate our knees. The knees take a lot of stress each day as we're on our feet walking or going up or down stairs, caring for children, doing whatever work we might do, household chores. So we really want to take care of our knees. So this practice just helps us to keep the knees mobile and flexible, and the muscles around the knees flexible, and then to strengthen different muscle groups around that area to help our knees stay healthy and strong. So we're going to start on our backs. So I'm going to come down on my back, and I'm going to have a yoga belt with me. I don't think I'll need the block right now. So I'm coming down on my back, and I'm going to start with just loosening up my knees. I'm just going to gently pull one knee into the chest. I'll straighten my other leg. If it's painful to hold the leg here, I can hold it on my thigh, and I would hold it there for about 30 seconds. And then I would carefully switch and do the other leg, same thing, about 30 seconds. And then I'm going to bend my knees. And then from here, I'm going to engage my core muscles and keep my back pressing lightly on the mat. And I'm going to straighten one leg, turn my foot slightly out. So this is going to activate the quads, and especially the inner quads, called the BMO muscle. And I'm going to inhale, lift my leg, hold it for about 5 seconds, and then bring it down. And ideally, you would do these about 10 times on each leg, holding each for 5 seconds, and then you do the other leg the same thing, with the knee slightly, with the leg slightly turned out. Okay, then I'll bend my knees, and then from here I'm going to go into a single leg bridge, which is a little more challenging, but I'm going to lift my bottom up, and then as I inhale, I'm going to try to keep my hips level and straighten one leg out and bring it down, and then the other. And I'll stay up here and continue like this, doing these little leg extensions, or I can come down after each round if my endurance does not allow for me to stay up during the position. Now, if that's just too hard and I'm not stable enough, I can just do a plain bridge and hold that for 5 seconds and then come down. And again, I would do about 10 of those, okay? And then from there, I'm going to just come onto my side, and I can just kind of make a little pillow for my head with my hand. And then I'm going to have one leg bent, and then the top leg will be straight. And then here I want to work my gluteal muscles, because they help us to have better stability on our knees as we go up and down stairs. So I'm going to lift my leg up and bring it down. And my leg is slightly behind my body, so it's not forward, and I can feel the muscles working in my buttocks as I do this. And I can have my head just down, or I can be on my elbow, whatever's more comfortable. And again, I would say for these, I would see if I could do these about 20 times on each side, and then I'd turn on the other side and do the other leg, okay? And then from there, I'm going to grab my yoga belt, and I'm going to come on my back, so then I would have done the other side. And then I'm going to take my yoga belt, or if you don't have a yoga belt, you could use a thin bath towel or a sheet, or any long belt you have in your house. I'm going to put this around the ball of my foot, and then I'm just going to gently stretch the back of my leg that way. If it doesn't bother my back, I'll straighten my opposite leg. And then I would hold this about 30 seconds. Bend it, give it a little rest, and do it again for about another 30 seconds. And then I would switch the leg carefully and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and you want to go where you can feel the leg be fully straight. So you want to tighten the top of the thigh and keep the leg fully straight. If you can't get it this high, you just go to whatever height you can with the leg fully straight and the muscles engaged to keep it like one straight rod. And then I'm going to bend my knee and I'll release that. And then from here, we're going to come up to stand. So I'm going to come onto my side. I'll just move my props out of the way. And then I'm going to come to stand. Coming through half kneeling is a great way to come to stand. And then I'm just gonna do a few little knee circles to help again with lubricating the joints, getting them ready to move. So I'm just gonna do 5 little knee circles each way. And then chair pose is a wonderful pose to do for the knees. So for chair pose, I just have a chair behind me because it's a great little cue for going down lower. And I'm going to inhale, my feet are about hip width apart, pointed straight ahead. I'm gonna reach my arms up, draw my bottom back, and then ideally I bring my elbows up by my ears. I draw my shoulder blades down, and my knees should be pointing forward, so they shouldn't go in or out, they should point straight ahead. And I would try to hold that for about 30 seconds, and then I would bring my arms down. Now, if your balance isn't that good, you can be close to a wall and just have your bottom against the wall when you do that, and that will give you a little extra stability. So I would recommend doing about 2 rounds of that. And then let's just do a few other standing poses. So we're going to do Warrior 2, which is one of the best poses for the knees. So what that is I'm gonna widen my legs about 3.5 to 4 feet. I'm gonna turn one foot straight in line with the mat or parallel to the mat. The other one turns in slightly. My hips are facing this way, but my eyes and my knee are going in that direction. So I'm gonna bring my arms out like this, nice and long. Look out over my middle finger of this hand in the front. The right hand is since I'm doing the right side right now. Bend the knee just to whatever I can comfortably. Okay, ideally I'm trying to get that thigh as parallel to the mat as I can. Okay, and you want your knee right over your ankle, so you don't want your knee going out or in, and you want it you don't want it going past your toes. So you may have to lengthen your stance if you find your knees going too far ahead, okay? And then from here, I'm going to straighten up, okay? And then I'm going to do triangle pose to stretch my hamstring or the back of my leg and to strengthen my legs through this stabilizing position. So I'm gonna inhale, reach, exhale, bring my hand down to my shin, or I could use a yoga block. I could have the block behind my foot and I can reach it to the block, and then I reach this arm up like that. And ideally on all of these, I would try to hold it for 8 to 10 breaths because that will help you to really strengthen and stabilize. And then I would just come up, grab the block, turn my feet so I could do the other side, get my prop ready, go into my Warrior 2 pose again, watching that knee alignment right over the middle of the foot, making sure my foot is parallel to the mat. And then from here, I'll straighten the leg. Inhale, reach. Bring my hand down to the block or to my shin. Okay, reach this top arm up, and on triangle, I'm looking towards the outstretched thumb up above. And I'm always breathing. And then I'm gonna exhale and come on back up again. And then I'll just heel toe my feet back together. And then I'm just gonna come down. So just giving us a little, like maybe 15-minute practice. And then I'm gonna come down on one knee and then the other. And now I'm coming on my back. And then from here, I'm gonna cross one leg over. And now, depending on my flexibility, I might just pull my knee in towards the opposite shoulder to stretch the buttocks muscle, the piriformis they call it. Or if I'm more flexible, I'll thread my arms through, grab this thigh, and gently draw my thigh up towards my body. And this one is a really wonderful buttock stretch. It stretches the piriformis muscle, which oftentimes gets a bit tight on us and can be asymmetrically tight, causing some pelvic imbalances. So we want to have our pelvis in balance and good symmetry in that area. So stretching these regularly is helpful. And I hold it for about 30 seconds. Then bring it down, uncross, do the opposite. Okay. And again, if this is too much, I can just hold the knee and gently draw it across towards the opposite shoulder. And then from there, I would do about 30 seconds on each of those. Okay, 2 rounds would be useful to get a little extra stretching. And then from there, I'm just going to allow myself now to come down to a little Shavasana or a rest pose. Okay, so I'm gonna straighten one leg out and then the other. And then I'll just gently allow the arms to rotate upwards so the thumbs come and graze the earth. And then this is where you just allow your body to rest. Now, if it's uncomfortable for your knees to be straight out, you could have a small pillow or towel underneath the knees. Otherwise, I would just let them be straight on the mat. Let the feet turn out slightly. Close the eyes, and then just rest there for 3 to 5 minutes to let all your other poses integrate and to let your body fully relax and rejuvenate after your practice. And so then after that, when you do get up, I would turn on your side, use your arms to press up carefully, and then come back to sit and see how your body feels. So that's it for today, but I hope that helps you to keep your knees healthy and strong this winter season. Thank you.